step off and go out 8. When you hit 8, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, step off and go back forward. 2s go forward, 6, back 6, forward 8, then it's 1, 2. When you hit 8, it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, step off, and then you go back same direction you were going. 3s, back 6, back 6, up 6, then you're going to do to rear march, and go back, and when you hit 8, then you say 1, 2 for another rear march, and come back in and get back together. Remember, don't take long steps going out, because you'll never get back in. Pull, hut, hop, rape, hop. Right step, left step, back and forward by fouls. Right, left, right, forward, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, step off. Hey! Turn, hold. I'll be damned. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Come left, hold. Hut, hop, rape, hop, hut, rape, hop. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Come left, hold. Hut, hop, rape, hop, hut, rape, hop. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Dress it up. Pull it back in front. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Right step, left step, back and forward by foul. Right, left, right, forward, hold. 1, 2. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Turn, hold. That wasn't bad. Just look across when you're coming back in, so you come in together, and close it up real quick. Y'all don't take off too quick. You'll leave them. Rape, hop. Come left, hard. Hut, hop, rape, hop, hut, hop, rape, hop. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Right step, left step, back and forward by foul. Right, left, right, forward, hold. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Come left, hold. Hut, hop, rape, hop, hut, hop, rape, hop. Come left, hold. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Come left, hold. Hut, hop, rape, hop, hut, rape, hop. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Squat left, hard, turn. Hut, hop, rape, hop, hut. Hold. What happened? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go forward, they go backwards. Rear ranks, rear march. All rear ranks will come back this way. Turn, pinch, hut. Box formation, hard. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Whoa, wait. Come back. Rape, hop, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, rear ranks, rip, hold. In place, hold. Y'all supposed to be 8 across. And then you're supposed to be opposite each other. You're opposite each other and 8 across. By 5-1, rip, hard. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Right step, left step, back and forward by foul. Right, left, right, forward, hard. Whoop, stop. Well, when you start twirling rifles, you can... Everybody else looks like resume, hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, step off. By 1001, rip, hearts, 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 hearts. Place, hold. I'm sorry. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Squads left, hard, turn. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hold. Squads left. Well, you're right where you're supposed to be, so you don't have to hear them. Do what?
Which way you're supposed to drill? That way?
That way. Well, we sort of drill towards the center because it's too far to try to drill, dress all the way.
I gotta go figure part of it.
Start on that end. Face! Parade, press! Oh, you start on one end and work down. Down, touch, hut. Start over. Starting on this end on the front, that end on the back. Parade, press. Ready? As you were. Down, touch, hut. We can't do anything else hardly.
Shouldn't you say in series?
I can't do this one in series. Present, horn. Order, horn. Make them snappy. Fast, 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 fast. Good. Front ranks. Shift your weight. About. Starting over here. Face. Okay. Got to find the center of this thing now. Edge, hut. Everybody's gonna march forward, and I give you march. Forward, horse. V formation. Hearts, 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 hearts. In place. Hold. Looks pretty good except for Patrick. Pull it out some. Good. You want to be so you would march right in by the person that you had in front of you. Okay. Present. Hold. Order. Hold. If we get the rifles, it'll be back to Queen Anne salute. Present arms. Resume. Hold. Turn. Hold. Squads right, hard. Hut, hope, rape, come left, hard. Come left, hard. Come right, hard.
Slow down.
Squads left, hard. Turn. Hut, hope, rape, hope, hope. All right, who's the president? Squads left, hard. Turn. Hut, hope, rape, hope, hope. And then parade rest or whatever, and you're gonna watch the pass and review.
George, when the colors pass,
You're going to come right down here.
Gracious.
And so the staff will come first, and what happens is the staff comes through, and then they go right here. And then President Barker and the reviewing party will be right.
So you want?
He'll be right in line. So you guys have to be a little further in.
Guard! Ho!
George, do you really think it's a good idea to have rifles?
No.
I think that,
Just no ammunition.
I think that it would really look better. We're so used to doing it with rifles. If you can get them, if not, we'll go without them.
We need to know soon, though.
Well, I mean, if he's going to get them, we'll have them tomorrow.
Check as soon as we're done here.
He's a good man. He'll have the rifle.
We need them at 9 o'clock in the morning.
We're going to start at 9.
You better learn how.
Oh, see, the Air Force, they don't. The only time we ever do any kind of drill in the Air Force is, you know, if you do some kind of change of command.
I'll never forget, in Vietnam, I was going from my compound with the 3 fellows that worked under me. We were advisors, going over to the Air Force side of the base. And they had just started a donut shop over in the Air Force side. And we passed by an Army lieutenant walking down the highway in Trang, Vietnam. He was covered with mud from there to here. And I said, stop, let's pick him up. So we stopped and picked him up. I said, where are you going? He said, well, I'm going over here to the depot. I said, he said, where are y'all going? I said, well, we're going to the donut shop. but the opening the swimming pool next week. He said, swimming pool? They weren't opening one. He said, boy, you Air Force people really know how to live. So, in teaching my students, I always told them that story. So if you don't want to be walking around covered with mud from head to toe, you better go in the Air Force.
That's what I tell them, too. I said, we're the ones who, when we're on exercise, we're the ones who go back to the Hilton to go to bed while the Army guys are out there at the tent.
Hey, I'm not lying. That's true. How is it?
Box formation, horse, hut, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hut, hope, rear X, rip, horse, 5001, rip, horse, 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 horse. Right by fouls, horse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, halt. Present, hold. Hold up, hold. Resume, hold. Hut, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, step off. 5001, rip, halt, 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 halt. Turn, halt. You halted. Why? A bunch of people forgot what they're supposed to do. From right here. Box formation again from right here. Everybody know what you're supposed to do this time? The 2 center squads, 6, 7, 8, hut, hope, rear ranks, rip, hodge. 5001, rip, hodge, 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 hodge. 5 fouls, hodge. Not thinking, Quimby.
Yeah, I know it.
Present, hold. Order, hold. Resume, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, off. 5001, rip, hodge, 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 hodge. Turn, hold. I guess the people that are missing sort of making it harder to do it. But diamond formation, hodge, hut, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hut, hope, rear X, rip, hodge. 5001, rip, hodge, 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 hodge. 5 fouls, hodge. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Present, hold. order, hold. Resume, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, step off. By 1,001, rep, hold, 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 hold. Dress it across. Turn, hold. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pray, pop. Squad left, hard, turn. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hold. Rear ranks. About. Face.
What you say in series, Joe?
Parade. Series. Rest. Snappy, snappy, let's go. Turn, touch, hut. Present, horn. Oh, quick, quick. Order, horn. Front ranks. About. Face. Forward, horns. V formation, horns, 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 horns. In place, hold. I don't know what happened here, but all of you don't go at one time. Y'all supposed to back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Going back. Another one, going back. You can't be by him if you were 2 steps behind him.
Give up the time to show off.
Move over, Louis. Okay. You're not supposed to be able to see forward if you're on the rear rank. You look at the man's neck in front of you. You need to pull it up some, Carmichael. Pull it out a little bit, Patrick. Okay. You front rank people, you should be in a position so that if you came back together right now, you'd come right in by the man that you were by before. If you're too far out, move over. If you're too far in, move out. Present, hold. Order, hold. Resume, hold. Turn, hold. And hold your bellies in. He's filming this. Squad right, hard. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Come left, hard. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut. Hut, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. How far up? Hut, pop, pray, pop. Squad left, hard. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Turn, halt. Okay, so you're gonna be opposite me and the president's gonna walk down here. And you're gonna present me with the scabbard. I'll have the sword, the saber. And do what?
So I'll take your lead on this one.
Don't bring the plastic with it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You'll be in your
How it's supposed to look. And you're the president. So if I do a present arms with it first, and then I will put it in the scabbard, and I'll give it to him, and then he'll give it to you. And you do present arms.
And
let's see. How do you do the presents?
Present
What
arms.
is your way of doing that?
Well, this is the Clemson way. That's
All right.
that's present arms. Back up again.
That's the way.
Take yourself, man.
Not back. Out.
Let's see.
Out here.
Okay. All right.
We're about to lose this party back.
Good.
Also, we're going to have the guidon bearer here. He wasn't able to make it today for some reason. He's going to do present arms, and we're going to put on the banner for senior platoon.
You want to take a lot of room to present on the guidon because you got to drop it.
To do CLEM and cadence count?
We can do anything we
So we'll do CLEM and cadence count, then we'll do right step, left step, backward, forward. Then we'll do the diamond. Let's see, which way did...
Do we do the in series? When is it done?
Nothing in series.
Yeah, so actually we're gonna have to do a column right fairly quick so that we have room to do the column left and then squads left to get into position. Okay. Oh, one other thing.
Yeah, look, come on back here in the middle.
These hearing aids aren't working.
One other thing, when I present the Saber to the president, should I say the senior platoon relinquishes the Saber to the Tiger Platoon and hand it to him?
Yeah, that's all right.
Or passes the Saber? Okay. Okay, the senior platoon passes the Saber to the Tiger Platoon. And the Tiger Platoon, when he takes it, he ought to say the Tiger Platoon accepts the Saber from the senior platoon.
Don't get too many buckets to bang.
There's an L in the word platoon. It's not platoon. It's senior platoon.
No, it's tune. No, it really was hoot. That was the way it was. Hoot. Okay, so we'll go out, do the count cadence, and then go through the routine, and then march up the hill, and then the senior platoon passes the Saber to the Tiger Platoon, and that's when I hand it to him, and then they will do some response when they accept it. Okay. Turn, change, hut. Close interval dress right, here. Ready, hunt. Forward, horse. Hut, hope, pray, pop. Come right, horse. Hut, hope, pray, pop. Hut, hope, pray, pop. Hut, hope, pray, pop. CLEM and cadence, count.
Hut, hut, hey, hop, hut, hut, hey, hop, H-L-E-M-S-O-N, P-I-G-E-R-S, fight, 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 fight.
Right step, left step, back and forward, horse. Hut, pop, come left, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop, squad left, horse. Turn. Hut, pop, pray, pop, halt. Diamond formation, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hut, pop, rear ranks, rep, horse. 5001, rep, horse, 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 horse. By fouls, horse. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Present, home. Order, home. Resume, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8, step off. 5001, rep, horse, 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 horse. Turn, hold. Squad right, hard. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Column right, hard. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Squad left, hard. Turn. Get your animal. Hut, hop, rape, hop, halt. Rear ranks, series, about, face. Parade, Chris. Tune, pinch, hut. Present, horn. Quickly, quickly. Order, horn. Front ranks, about, face. Forward, horse, hut, hope, V formation, horse, 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 horse. In place, hold. Looks good. Need to pull out there, that's better. Present, home. Order, home. Resume, horse. Hut, hope, turn, hold. We're gonna have to begin everything a little further that way. Squad right, horse. Hut, hope, rape, hop, 5. Column left, horse. Column left, horse. Trying to get you in the right place. Column right, horse. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Squad left, horse. Turn. Halt. Senior Platoon, I guess I'll have to walk up to him. Passes the saber to the Tiger Platoon. Do what? So I ain't coming over there, you come down here.
He's gonna hit you.
Do what? Okay, now from here. Squad right, horse. Hut, hop, rape, hop. Column left, horse. Hut, hop, rape, hop. 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 How far?
That's gonna be good. You're gonna want to be in the viewing party, right? As we're coming by.
Squad's left, horse, turn. Halt. Parade, Chris.
See the line of markers, they're coming down. That should be good because there should be someone down here marching.
Okay, could somebody stick something out there and tell me about where the,
Sure, I'm gonna mark everything.
I mean, where the president's gonna be, so I'll know.
What's gonna? I've already called them on it. They're gonna cut it tomorrow afternoon, prior to me.
Tomorrow afternoon.
They won't do it any earlier because of the wet grass. I see them cutting it all the time when it's wet. When you're doing the ceremony, you're
Yeah.
changing the guard. Are you gonna center yourself in between the two pillars?
Try to, yeah.
If you can try that, that way everybody will be able.
Yeah, I had them too far to begin with, and I have started,
Well,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
show you where you're gonna.
Okay, show me, because we need to get it so that I can position the formations in the middle of the field.
Okay. Let's walk over here, sir.
That is, we're going to be falling in right here. We won't march on the field. All the other units will fall in the same as we do, on line. We're the last unit out here. When it's time for us to perform, they'll still be here. We'll march out, do ours, march up in front of the president in line with the right post up there in the Heritage Plaza. The Tiger Platoon will come down and line up on the left post. The president then will come down in the middle so we don't have anywhere to go, and so that's when I'll past the Saber. And then he'll pass it then over to the Tiger Platoon. As soon as they finish, then we go back to where we ended just then.
Well, is the Tiger Platoon going to move out?
The Tiger Platoon is going to move out and come down here, and they'll be the last unit in the pass in review.
There's a guy we can go up and get to fill in one spot.
That's Tilly's spot.
How many members
This is,
in the Tiger Platoon, George?
I don't know.
George, did I understand you, the Tiger Platoon will not be down here in the beginning? They will assemble up.
I'm not sure, but I'm not going to worry about their part. They have to be where they're supposed to be, and I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be.
They worried about Tiger right here.
And we're going to fall in right here. And there'll be a place marked. He didn't want to put the markers out now because they're going to mow the grass tomorrow afternoon. So,
Will there be a mark here tomorrow?
yeah, so he'll have a mark here for us. But we will fall in right here. So we'll go from here, and my only problem now is making sure I get everything positioned right. So we're going to do a little bit of extra marching that we hadn't planned on, but maybe that'll give us enough room there. Do what?
We can count cadence or something, but what time we be in? 3:30?
Ready, huh? So I'll be here. Forward, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Come right, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. CLEM and cadence, count. Right step, left step, back and forward, horse. By fouls. Make it look sharp. Don't take long steps going out. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Come left, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Squads left, horse. Turn. Hut, pop, pray, pop, halt. Diamond formation, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hut, pop, rear ranks, rep, horse. My 1001, rep, horse, 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 horse. My fouls, horse. Keep your hands into your side. Don't let them flop around. Present, home. Order, home. Resume, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1001 to rep, horse, 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 horse. Dress it up. Turn, hold. Squad's right, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Come right, horse. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Squad's left, horse. Turn. Halt. In series. Rear ranks. About. Face. Close interval, as you were. Parade, hiss. Snappy, rip, turn, touch, hut. Present, home. Quickly. Order, home. Front ranks, about, face. Forward, horse. V formation, horse, 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 horse. In place, hold. Resume. Oh, present, home. Okay. Order, home. Resume, horse. Turn, hold. Okay, you see the right post up there? Where they're standing in between the two posts? Hop, hut, hop, crepe, hop. Hut, hop, crepe, hop, hut, hop, crepe, hop. Hut, hop, crepe, hop, hut, hop, crepe, hop. You're going left, aren't you? Go further right. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Squat left, horse, turn. And the senior platoon alumni, the senior platoon passes the Saber to the Tiger Platoon. Crepe, hop, hut, hop, crepe, hop. Squats left, horse, turn. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Halt, parade, hearse. Rest.
Take 5.
All we got to do is work on the place up there.
Everything else looks great.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we center in between the pillars, the president will come through.
Right step, left step back and fall by files. Right, left, rear. Forward, horse. That sounded good. Everybody came to a halt at exactly the same time. Short steps, longer steps. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Come left, horse. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Dress, pull it up, get your interval. Squats left, horse. Turn. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Hold. Diamond formation, horse. Hut, hop, crepe, hop, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hut, hop, rear ranks, rip, horse. By fouls and 1, rip, horse, 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 horse. By fouls, horse, 1, 2. Present, home. Order, home. Resume, horse. Hut, hop, crepe, hop, 6, 7, 8, step off. By 1,001, rip, horse, 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 horse. Turn, hold. Squad right, horse. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Column right, horse. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Squad left, horse. Turn. Hut, hop, crepe, hop. Halt. In series, rear ranks. About. Face. Parade, hearse, in series. Snappy, turn, catch, hut. Go, snappy, snappy. Present, home. Order, home. In series. Front ranks, about, face. Forward, horse. V formation, hearts, 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 hearts. In place, hold. That looks good. Present, home. Order, home. Resume, hard, turn, halt. Okay, regardless, you aim for that. Yeah, okay. Squad right, hard, hut, pop, pray, pop. Calm left, hard, hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Squad's left, hard, turn. Halt! See where we are. That's close enough, government work. Let's see, should I give you present arms? Present home. Order home. Sir. The senior platoon presents the Saber to the Tiger Platoon. Okay? Okay. Okay. Remember that? Squad right, hard, hut, pop, pray, pop. Come left, hard, hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Squad left, hard, turn. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Halt. Parade, here's. That's it. I'm debating whether to end with a CLEM in Cadence County. No? One time's enough? Okay, one time. All right, okay.
God, you haven't progressed a bit. You haven't progressed at all. I've had trouble. We're ready to go. I cut those lights on. We need to get moving.
Since I'm retired Army, I'm going to do this in the Army method of recognizing a couple of general officers that are here. If there are any others that are out there that I don't know that are general officers.
There's a lot of would-be's.
I need to recognize General Earl Morris and General and Mrs. Hap Carr. If y'all will show yourselves here. Then we have a lot of folks here from the university. Two folks that really don't need an introduction. One of whom will speak later, and that's Dr. Edwards, and everybody knows Dean Cox. And then a couple more folks that are here today to talk to us. Mendel Balknight, who is the Executive Director of Development. Mendel, right over here. Marvin Carmichael, who is a Special Assistant to the President, Financial Aid Officer, and anything else the President tells him to do any given day. And then Bill Laffaday, who was the chairman of the Clemson Corps before me, and the second chairman of the Clemson Corps. There have only been 3 of us so far. Bill Laffaday. If I missed anybody, I apologize, but we need to get moving. And with that, I'd like to ask Dr. Edwards to come up and make some remarks. Yes, sir. We're going to do that. Before that, we're going to do a quick invocation.
When I found myself in a more awkward situation, having less knowledge about what I'm supposed to do with my life. Well, first and foremost, the first to me to make some brief remarks had to do with position as far as military. My experience along the way. And I also just mentioned after I got here a point that I think I'm sure will be of interest, and it may provide some information that you may not be thoroughly familiar with. Mr. Clemson's will is the most marvelous document that I think I've ever read. If you aren't that familiar with it, I think if you read it, you'll be equally so. Mr. Clemson happened to have been, I think, started probably as much or almost more of the federal legislation known as the Morrill Act of 1862. That legislation established public higher education in this country. And the Morrill Act, the name, came into existence with congressional grants of money and land to establish a land-grant institution in each of the states. And Mr. Clemson probably had as much to do with the enacting of that legislation as Mr. Morrill, the one for whom the act was named. And he developed his will. He provided in it, without mentioning the Morrill Act per se, the necessity for continuing military education at Clemson. In the meantime, in December of 1890, a year following the acceptance of Mr. Clemson's will by the General Assembly, legislation was passed that transferred from the University of South Carolina the land grant responsibilities established by the Act of 1862. And that's the legislation that made it possible for Clemson College to become the land grant institution for the state under the Morrill Act. And there's a lot of stirring in Columbia now following this newspaper account about our friends at the University of South Carolina to become the flagship university of the state and the rest. And they turned to Kentucky as the model for higher education in South Carolina. How they chose Kentucky, I'm not sure. Meantime, nationally, in some states you have, in South Carolina in this case, University of South Carolina, prior to Mr. Clemson, prior to the state legislation, University of South Carolina had these responsibilities. They were transferred to Clemson. And in Kentucky, as far as I know, I don't think there's been any change. There's no, some states you have a state university and land grant college. In other states, you have a state university, and there's a state university and the land-grant college. And the folks in Columbia are talking about some of the things that we're discussing now. Ignore the fact that Clemson University is the land-grant institution serving state under the Law Act of 1862. And there's not anything that anybody in Columbia can do to undo that. And you might also be interested, I'm reading this question, I would probably cover it well. I think probably many people aren't aware of the fact that in item number 2 of Mr. Clemson's will, he named the original 7 vice trustees and gave them the authority and the responsibility for this institution. And the General Assembly is prohibited by law, having accepted the will, to enact any legislation that abridges the authority and responsibility of these 7 vice trustees. That item number 2 also allows the General Assembly to add 6 elected or appointed trustees, and the General Assembly elected to have them be elected rather than appointed. So the 6 elected trustees serve with the 7 for a total of 13-member board of trustees. Now, whether you're familiar with that background or not, I'm not sure, but it's something that's so extremely important. And I can assure you that not a day in my life since I've been involved here, I'm not conscious of Mr. Clemson's will and our responsibility relative to it. Now, having said that and coming back out of, let me begin, I should have done this right off the front. I don't know of anything that's more thrilling to be here and have the privilege of having this alumni senior platoon here. The senior platoon over the years, I think, probably have contributed as much to the public relations of this university as anything that's ever happened or will ever happen again. And the fact that you're here and you contributed all the things you contributed when you were cadets, and certainly what you've done in these recent years when you come back together, and you actually look better as a platoon. Anyway, I think I can say without any reservation, thinking about it since I had the request the other day, I don't think there'd be any way that I could describe the military background as it has affected me in my life. I think it would not be an exaggeration for me to say, and I'm going to say it now, that first and foremost, if I had not attended Clemson, and Clemson College had the ROTC program, what I learned during those 4 years, and what came along following that with World War II and the rest, I am as convinced as I know how to speak with Steve President that I would not be here today, and certainly would never have been involved in Clemson other than a cadet, except for the fact that things that happened that I had no control over in World War II and the rest. But in the mid-40s, when the late Charlie Daniels became a life trustee, he realized early on that Clemson College, as it then existed, could not provide the services to the state of South Carolina that were going to be required of Clemson College in that time frame. He succeeded in convinced his colleagues on the board, and I guess it probably was one of the strongest boards in history. Governor Burns had come back from Washington. Mr. Bob Cooper was president of the Clemson board and director of the State Development Board. Senator Edgar Brown was a senior member of state government, and Mr. Daniel, Mr. Cooper, they were the economic developers at that point in time. And Mr. Daniel's foundation paid for half the cost of the study. Dr. Burners provided the other half of the funds from state funds. And the study that began in October of 1954 and was completed to the point by mid-May to take and recommend to the board what they were doing, seeing. And the board unanimously agreed to the recommendations. And the most important decision in connection with it, one received, I'm sure, favorable reaction in some quarters and unfavorable in the other, on the recommendation that Clemson College become a civilian institution. And as of July 1st, 1955, that process began. Mr. Daniel and Mr. Milliken, actually, coming back to the military situation, I think clearly my employment by Mr. Milliken became off active duty in March of 1946. Much was predicated by the record of my responsibilities during World War II. And Mr. Daniel was building all of Mr. Milliken's plant and the unit that I was responsible for. And I never quite understood what happened. But anyway, July 1st, 1955, 3 of the 4 administrative units were activated. Student affairs, Dean Morton Cox first dean, academic affairs, Dr. Connor at that time. Melville Wilson came on board as the first controller. The 4th division was not activated until a year later when I was asked to come on board as the first vice president for development. I never really quite understood what it's all about, but I have a feeling that Mr. Daniel had something to do, Mr. Milliken probably had something to do in connection with it. When I was approached about coming up, obviously, the first thing that I determined to do and did was to come up and visit with Dr. Cooper. I was very close to him and had been over those years. And I would not have considered under any circumstances coming to Clemson without his endorsement. He was kind enough to say he'd be glad to have me come home. I suppose when I went home and told Louise what was happening, she thought I had lost my mind. Anyway, fortunately, over the years, and come June 30th, I have 23 years of retirement to match up to 23 years of active service. And I am convinced in my own mind that Mr. Milliken, as I said earlier, had received that position with my resume indicated military service. And also, shortly, the decade of the 60s, I think, was probably one of the most difficult periods that we had. And interestingly enough, from 1960, folks at the Pentagon decided to reactivate or update the civilian aid to the Secretary of the Army program. And I knew nothing about what that was all about. I hadn't heard anything about it. But Major General retired Bob Jones telephoned me and asked me to recommend somebody for that position. And I knew nothing about what it was all about. We talked about it. He said, well, how about you? Well, anyway, it turned out I was appointed civilian aide to Secretary of the Army. Served in that capacity for 10 years. That 10 years and being in that position certainly helped greatly as it related to what we had to deal with when we had the immigration situation coming on. So I'm going to sit down right now, but I'm simply saying this, that I don't know anything that I think I am more obligated to my good fortune over the years than what I learned from the military program that originated at Clemson University, Clemson College then. And the quality of the programs today is as high as I think it can be. The cadets that we have coming in, both Army and Air Force, are the finest students as you can imagine that could be enrolled at any university in the country that they would like to be enrolled in. And they're the folks that are dedicated, and they're having what they're doing because they believe this is best for them and best for service in the country. And this afternoon, if you have an opportunity to do so, attend the reaction to the programs that are going to be involved in Tillman Hall at 3:30 and the parade pass interview. That's going to be one of the two. I apologize for imposing on the time, but as far as I'm concerned, you know how much I appreciate you, and nothing in the world could ever make me believe anything except the finest part of this institution, the history and its future, the military program. And it's one program that's going to be here that nobody is going to have the authority to do anything except support. Thank you so much.
Great to have living history. That's how long Dr. Edwards has been associated with Clemson.
You might be right. I am the only president that has lived beyond his immediate predecessor. Dr. Wilkes served 14 years, died in office. Dr. Sykes served 15 years, retired, died shortly after he retired. Dr. Poole came on board in July 1940, and if he lived another 3 weeks, he would serve 18 years, died in office. I found myself thrust in the office, lived on the next 21 years. 1910 to 1970, and just imagine sitting here with all you folks here, this university students here. I had an opportunity to be able to watch the company.
Well, Dr. Edwards is right about one thing. We probably do need to remind our friends, if you have an opportunity, please remind our friends in Columbia, a lot of them are our friends in the legislature, that this is the University of South Carolina. And the opportunity to ask Time Magazine and U.S. News and World Report and explain it. For the education today, it's a special privilege for me to have this particular person in education because he got me out of freshman English. For good reason. But Colonel Vince Gordon, who happens to be from my hometown and was my English professor for my entire freshman year, is going to come forward and give us our invocation to it. Well, you can do it right there, sir.
Almighty God, giver of all good things, we thank you for the natural majesty and beauty of this land. We thank you for the great resources of this nation. We thank you for the men and women who have made this country strong and who in the day of decision ventured much for the liberties we now enjoy. We thank you for the faith we have inherited in all its rich variety. We thank you for the fellowship and brotherhood of this group. Make us ever mindful of the needs of others and bless those now absent from us. Be present at these tables, Lord. These mercies bless and grant that we may feast in paradise with thee. Amen.
Please enjoy your lunch, and we'll have a little program for you.
I appreciate the opportunity to make a few short remarks here. Dr. Edwards, I would hate for you not to be real prepared for a speech. Because if you had been, we'd have been here midnight. But we enjoyed your coming. There are two people here today that, in my opinion, have not been properly recognized for what they have done for the senior platoon. And I don't know what the rest of the program is about. about this afternoon, but I thought we'd take this opportunity to recognize these two people who have really been responsible for the senior platoon, the alumni senior platoon. And that is, first of all, what is your name? Leonard Butler. Come on, stand up, Leonard. Another guy that has been so proficient in leading this platoon is George Linstead over here. Come on, George. Somebody else has got this on the program this afternoon. I'm sorry I upped you one, but I felt like we needed to do this right now. So thanks a lot, Jack.
Thanks, Colonel. Well, you didn't help us because you did what the purpose of this is, and that is to recognize the senior platoon and all its great accomplishments. And I know that a little later on this afternoon we're going to have what is being advertised. By the way, I heard it about 10 times in a baseball game the other day. This would be the last official performance of the senior. And that may be true. That may be the last official time you guys put on this uniform and march on that field. It'll be far from the last time that you march in hearts of Clemson. Part of our purpose today, in fact, part of the purpose of the fact that the Clemson Corps hosted this was to do a little sales program. And so I get to start that off. I think everybody is more than familiar with Clemson's military history. Our heritage is well known, certainly all of us, and well known throughout the country. But a few years ago, the ROTC programs, not just in Clemson, but throughout the United States, were having difficulty recruiting young men and women to sign up for the ROTC programs, go through those programs and be commissioned. And even today, we're having difficulty commissioning significant number of officers to meet the Army and the Air Force's annual requirements for second lieutenants. I think we're getting a little better, but I still think we have a shortfall. Now, I don't know about the Navy. I know there's some Navy folks here. I won't talk about the Navy. My dad was in the Navy. My dad was in the Air Force. My dad was in the Army. They were trying to figure out something they weren't to do. In fact, my dad's probably the only guy that left the National Guard to join the Air Force just because he got mad with his boss in the National Guard. I always thought it was kind of silly. A group of folks got together and to discuss how we might affect the Clemson ROTC programs and their sustainability. And there were a number of people that were involved with that. And I will tell you that at least initially, one of the major driving forces was Lieutenant General Blackwell. And if you've never worked with General Blackwell, when I say driving force, I do mean he's driving. And those folks in a kind of a quiet room came up with this concept of forming, for lack of a better term, an adjunct association with the Alumni Association to try to raise money to help subsidize ROTC programs. I'll just give you an example. If a young man or woman could be offered an ROTC scholarship to Clemson and be offered an ROTC scholarship to Wake Forest, we may lose that student to Wake Forest because Wake Forest is a private institution, or Furman for that matter. Could waive room and board and bring that young man or woman in basically on a full scholarship. Either the Army or the Air Force fund full scholarships, at least from a room and board standpoint. So we were competing with folks that had an unfair advantage. And of course today, all the folks that are out there, I won't say all of them, but a lot of folks out there are looking for some sort of financial aid when they come to college to make it affordable. My daughter's a freshman up here, and I always like to tell my friend Lewis Lynn on the Board of Trustees, thank you for that 42% increase in tuition. But it is becoming more and more difficult for some of our folks to afford college. So we were looking for ways to raise money. So a group of us, and some of them are in this room today, have been associated with the Clemson Corps, from its outset. Leonard Butler was one of our first groups. We began to attempt to reach out to the vast military community that is Clemson University and ask that when you made your contributions to the Alumni Association, that you targeted some of that money to the Clemson Corps, all of it, hopefully. And then we would put that into a corpus that we would then use to fund scholarships for potential Clemson students. Well, we started officially in 1998, and I'm not going to wow you with a bunch of numbers, but just simply through mailings since 1998, we've raised about $250,000, and we need a lot more, and we'll get into a lot more later on, and folks will want to talk to you about that. But our initial goal was to stabilize our programs and get them where that they could continue, and that the Department of Army and the Department of Air Force would quit calling and saying, well, if you guys don't do better, we're going to close the program. That happened in a lot of colleges and universities around the United States. If you didn't meet certain missions, they just simply closed you down. So the last thing that Clemson wanted to do was lose its connection to its military heritage through the loss of our ROTC. We have been successful to date in stabilizing our program. Through the great work of the PMSs that are here today and those that were in place, the Army is in, the guy from the Army was here then, and he's still here. The Air Force has changed one time, but through their great work and the great work of their cadre going out and recruiting these people and taking the little bit of money we had available, they've been able to spread that around and attract the best and the brightest to our ROTC program. So we've made the first step. We've stabilized the program. We have sufficient income to stabilize the program for the next few years, but we need more. And we need all of us to be ambassadors for the ROTC programs and to contact everybody that you might know that gives to the Alumni Association or should give to the Alumni Association. And ask them that when they make their contributions that they at least consider targeting some of that money to the Clemson Corps. It's a very simple process. All you got to do is say Clemson Corps right on the form you get from the ROTC, from the Alumni Association. Again, I cannot imagine Clemson without a military presence. It's just foreign to me. The whole concept is foreign. But a lot of you here have already made those commitments, and we certainly appreciate that. It always amazes me when I run into folks, and I ran into a guy yesterday who was here in 1955 and swears he's never heard of the Clemson Corps. I am personally going to carry him before next week to ask him to consider making that kind of contribution. So I'm not going to bore you anymore with my sales pitch. I'm just appealing to your heart as a Clemson person, as a person who has some connection with the military, to continue to support us. Because frankly, I'm class of 70, there are a couple of classes after us. After that, although there's a lot of folks with dedication in the military, it's those folks from about 1973 back to your classes that really have that military connection. We need to appeal to those folks, all of us need to appeal to those folks to continue this great military tradition we have here at the university. Now, having said that, we did ask a couple of folks to come talk to you today, and one of those folks is going to be Mendel Balknight, and Mendel's going to talk to you a little bit about endowments and some of the other things that are going on at the university, not just helping us get Mendel.
Thank you, Jack, and thank you, Jack, for what you do with not just the Clemson Corps, but your role on the Board of Visitors and the time that you give to Clemson. I'm Mendel Balknight, class of 1974 at Clemson. And to stand before this group is a real honor. Anytime that we have an assemblage of this heritage with us really brings out the real true sense of my Clemson experience. To follow in the footsteps of Dr. Edwards and Dean Cox, who both served as Chief Development Officer, every day I come to sit behind the desk, those shoes are still real big for what these two gentlemen have done in their role in helping this university. And it's a privilege for me to be part of the university. And particularly this group. My dad was a classmate of Dr. Edwards in 1933. Served in the military proudly. know each and every day how important his Clemson experience was and what his military experience meant to him. And to stand before you is an added plus for me as a Clemson person. So I first of all say that's what it means to me. I bring you greetings from President Barker. It's a busy day at Clemson, as you can imagine, and he'll be joining you later on. I was sitting there thinking a moment ago about you gentlemen here and the heritage of our university and what the military has represented since the day the doors opened on this campus. And sitting here knowing that while we're here assembled today, on the other side of campus, there are a group of people that are gathered together to pay honor to a young man who gave his life for this country less than 6 months ago. A Clemson man, class of 1996, in service to our country. We're going to honor that gentleman later on today, and right now he is being honored with his family. The military will never lose its presence on this campus, Jack, because day in and day out we have young men and women who get up every day, they're putting uniform on. They're in foreign countries, they're in our backyards, and they're giving service to our country. So I think the military is very secure on our campus, and particularly someone like Jim Barker as our president, who truly understands the value and the role of the military on this campus. He articulates that so strongly in no better way than his vision of Bowman Field and the sacred soil, which I know is something that's becoming connected with the Clemson Corps. Men and women will walk onto Bowman Field day in and day out and march and parade. It symbolizes a heritage that's been going on, not just since the days of Clemson, but generations before that. And, the role of Bowman Field today is just continues to be a very sacred part of our university. And what will take place later on today, when the Senior Platoon marches, and they pass that legacy on to the Tiger Platoon, you gentlemen can be pleased to know, proud to know that legacy and everything you represent carries forward in a new generation and a new group of young men and women who hold the same values you hold. Much has changed about Clemson. It was interesting to hear Dr. Edwards, President Edwards, talk about Mr. Daniel in 1950 and what he envisioned for Clemson University 50 years ago and the significant moves and changes that took place then. Well, we today, 50 years later, are in the same kind of front, where Clemson University is headed, where Clemson University wants to go. And what you have done through the Clemson Corps and the scholarship program you've established and being able to connect that through the Gator Farr scholarship program that links directly to the Tiger Platoon is a real lasting commitment to this university and assuring that the resources and the support are going to be available, not just to young men and women who want an education, who are trying to attain an education, but through support programs, faculty, the staff, people that are connected with the military programs here at Clemson. What you are doing is helping leave that legacy for the future generations. Jack asked me to speak a little bit about opportunities and ways to support this university. It's an impressive figure when you say that $250,000 has already been generated to support this program. My challenge to you is to join all of us in stepping up for Clemson University, stepping up in a greater way. In today's environment and in today's world, there are opportunities that you can provide a lasting and significant commitment to Clemson University beyond annual contributions. We have a number of vehicles and programs that are out there to help create endowments, create scholarships, create a permanence of private support in a greater way than maybe you've ever thought about, but in ways that can continue to provide you the satisfaction that you and your family need and the security you and your family need to continue your lifestyle and leave it on to your generations, but also to make a very significant impact on the long and lasting heritage of the military here. So I want to recognize several other people that are part of our team in development. Ann Smith, who is not here, and we were talking about someone who has worked close with this group. Ann Smith and her folks in our annual fund and reunion class office really do provide a great deal of support to you and your efforts and initiative, and I think Ann and her folks deserve a great round of applause for what they mean and what they provided to you folks through the years. So Ann is not here. I'd also like to recognize Alden Knight. Alden is our Director of Development for the College of Business and Behavioral Science. Alden is very talented and accomplished development professional, and with the RCC program being housed in that college, Alden is a very direct resource for faculty as well as you as alumni, and having the kind of conversations that may be able to help enable Clemson in a greater way than you've ever thought you could. And I'd also like to introduce Giovanna King, who is our Director of Gift Planning. Many of you already know Giovanna and have worked with her on your own in your own planning for vehicles that are available to provide significant support in ways you never thought about. Giovanna is a tremendous resource. So between her and Alden, myself, and Ann, we stand ready to be there for you to provide the kind of direction and guidance and encouragement and assurances that your ability to make significant private gifts can provide the kind of lasting tributes that you want to preserve the military heritage of this campus. And at the same time, assure yourself, your family, and your own generations that the kind of financial support that you need will be there for you. So there are great ways to support your program to make sure it's a lasting and permanent part of this campus. If you want to make sure that young men and women march proudly on Bowman Field day in and day out, your ability to support them with your private dollars will make that happen long into the future and long after each and every one of us are gone from here. It's a privilege to be with you. Clemson is a great place to be. This whole concept of flagship universities, we can tell you right now that our marketing research at Clemson tells you Clemson is the premium brand for higher education in the state of South Carolina. Ask people about higher education. Your private support, you're going to help us keep maintaining that premium brand. So thank you very much. Questions? Sandy?
Kendall, I know you didn't mention the specific ways, but there are a few. Can you share a few examples with us?
There are everything from simple wills, establishing places in your will to designate and name the Clemson University Foundation, the Clemson Corps, and the scholarship programs, to very other creative vehicles like Charitable Remainder Trust, Charitable Lead Trust, a number of vehicles like that that are out there in the world today that that individuals and families can take a look at what their assets are, what their resources are, and as I said, what's your long-term need? And Giovanna is the skilled professional at helping answer the specific questions. But
why don't you get Giovanna up there?
But in the well, I know you'd rather look at her than you but Giovanna and Alden will tell you, each and every one of us have a different scenario. Each and every one of us have a different need in our own personal family situation. Each and of us have different specific wants and desires, and our job is listening as much as doing anything else. Our job is listening to what you need, what you want to accomplish, what you want to leave your family, what you want to leave your spouse, what you want to leave for Clemson University. And by listening, we can then help craft the kind of vehicle and tool that is out there that can best serve you in the long term. And it may, this year and the next 10 years, be one thing, and in 10 years from now, we may sit down and take a look at that, and a whole other set of vehicles and giving opportunities have come into the scene, and we can make changes and directions with that. So it's a very personalized and one-on-one kind of conversation that really allows us to be successful. So for Giovanna, for Alden, and myself, and Ann, we're available to you to have a conversation and to listen. And with that, go Tigers.
Okay, so the official policing of the flock is done.
service as a Clemson man than to have other people step up and stand for the Clemson University.
Other than Walt Cox, who I used to ride around in the backseat of my car when he was dating Sadie Rice and Belvin, Dr. Edmonds, I think I'm the next oldest man here. And I want to say that today is a real sad day for me. But my class was a military class at Clemson University, class of 42. Every one of us got a commission. 12 days after we got the commission, and our degrees down on the stage, we went to service. Since that time, we've seen a lot of changes. We've seen people develop like Linda Bolton, like yourself, Joanna, and so forth. Clemson is doing a real good job, but it's sad for me to sit here and think about the senior platoon that Breezer Brazil, who was my cousin, had in 1942. He was supposed to have been one of the best until that time. I know you're all the best now. I won't argue with you. But to have a unit like the senior platoon that was recognized in 41 and 42, passing on into memorabilia, whatever you want to call it, it's sort of a sad day. And I hope that all of you will go back to your communities and you're represented a lot of states here and talk about the Clemson Senior Platoon, because the military at Clemson is the reason for many of the successes that people like myself, Bob Edwards, and Walt Cox have had at Clemson. It's a great school. I'm under the shadow of the so-called great University of Tennessee, but I still think that Clemson graduates, and we have, on my west side of town, we have some 28 students over here that are real proud to be Clemson graduates. That's just only 3 hours and a half to drive. But the senior platoon has been a sort of shield of the military. It's a great thing to look up to, and to see it pass out today on Bowman Field, it's a sad day for me, and I'm sure other people that have been here as long as I have. It's a great organization, and I hate to see it go, but I hope that something will replace it as well as we have. Thank you.
Long live the Tiger Platoon.
Thank you, Jack. I just wanted to take this opportunity on behalf of the 600 plus living members of the Clemson Senior Platoon and the 55 living members of the Alumni Senior Platoon, that many of whom are present here today, to thank the Clemson Corps for this luncheon, for honoring us, and for, even though there's a sales pitch involved, we still appreciate it, and thank you, and it's just been a privilege for us. Nobody has enjoyed this, or I don't believe anyone has enjoyed anything in their life more than the 55 people that have drilled on Death Valley and all have enjoyed the last 12 years, 11 years, since 1992 when we first started having reunions. So again, Clemson Corps, I appreciate it, they appreciate it, and we thank you very much.
A couple of closing comments. Again, this may be the last official time in March, but certainly will never leave the hearts of us, because I have to agree that you guys represent the best of West Clemson University. Charlie Bussey said, please take advantage of those things on your table. You didn't want to have to collect them afterwards. And they bring little gifts. And of course, Ifte's out there looking for you to help them out also.
He just does it more than anything left on the
Nothing left on the table. Don't take the table.
and remain standing for the rendering of honors, playing of our national anthem, and today's invocation, which will be given by Captain Robert Howard. Lord, we're very thankful for this day you've given to us, Lord, for all the blessings you bestowed upon us and for the breath of life. Lord, pray that as we go into this service to award these honors and decorations to these young men and women, Lord, pray that you bless our futures, bless everything that they are working to do. And we ask all these things in your precious Son's name. Amen. Please take your seats.
Now performing their traditional fancy drill for the last time on historical Bowman Field is Clemson Senior Platoon.
Forward, pull! Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Column right, pull! Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop. CLEM and cadence, count! Hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop, pray, pop, hut, pop. Right step back, forward by 5. Right, left, right. Forward, hold. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Column left, hold. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Hut, pop, pray, pop. Was left, hold. Turn. Hold. Diamond formation. Hold. Hut, pray, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hut, pop. Rear ranks, rep, hold. My 5,001, rep, hold, 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 hold. My 5s, hold. Present, hold. Hold up, hold. Resume, hold. Hut, pop, pray, pop, 6, 7, 8. My 5,001, rep, hold, 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 hold. Turn, hold. Squad right, hard. Hut, pop, pre, pop. Come right, hard. Hut, pop, pre, pop. Hut, pop, pre, pop. Hut, pop, pre, pop. Squad left, hard. Turn. Hit your distance. Hold. Rear ranks in series. About. Please. Parade. Please. Ready. Hunt. 2 and 10 shut. Present. Home. Order. Home. Front ranks in series. About. Face. Forward. Halt. V formation. Halt. 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 In place. Hold. Present. Home. Order. Home. Reserve. Hold. Turn. Hold. Squad right, hard. Hut, pop, pre, pop, 5. Hut, pop, come left, hard. Hut, pop, pre, pop, hut, pop, pre, pop. Hut, pop, pre, pop. Squad left, hard. Turn. Hit your distance. Hut, pop, pre, pop. Halt.
Platoon, halt!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Clemson Army and Air Force ROTC Corps of Cadets Passing Review. Today's ceremony is in honor of the retirement of Senior Platoon and the Clemson Cadet Corps alumni who marched on this very field for the last 100 years. The presence of Senior Platoon to my left, commanded by George Lindstedt, class of 1952, signifies the spirit of Clemson's military alumni watching over the current Corps of Cadets. The presence of the Tiger Platoon signifies that the spirit of the original Clemson Corps of Cadets, Senior Platoon, is alive and well today. Tiger Platoon, commanded by Cadet Captain Brock Lusk, class of 2002, will ensure they follow in their tradition of excellence and distinguished service to the nation.
Present. Home.
Present. Home.
Order. Home.
Order. Home.
Today we have a special ceremony in addition to the traditional military pass and review. You're about to witness a changing of the guard as Senior Platoon retires and the newly formed Tiger Platoon assumes their duties. President Barker will formalize the transition with the ceremonial passing of the Commander Saber.
Sir, the Senior Platoon passes the Saber to the Tiger Platoon.
Thank you. The Commander Saber is deeply steeped in tradition and symbolic of a change in command. On one side of the Saber scabbard is the title Senior Platoon. This symbolizes the proud tradition Tiger Platoon is charged with carrying on forward. On the opposite side of the scabbard is the title Tiger Platoon, symbolizing the revitalization of the Corps of Cadets and the continuity of Clemson's military traditions.
Present. Home.
The Tiger Platoon guidon will now carry a streamer bearing the name of Senior Platoon and the dates 1929 to 1960. The streamer is maroon, representative of the Senior Platoon sash. The streamer will serve as a constant reminder that the spirit of the Senior Platoon is alive and well.
Quadrate, hard. Put, pop, pray, pop, calm left, hard. Put, pop, pray, pop, put, pop, pray, pop. Put, pop, pray, pop, put, pop, pray, pop. Was left, hard, head. Put, pop, pray, pop. Hold. Parade, here.
The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is the President of Clemson University, President James Barker. The host commanders are Colonel Ed DiUlio, Air Force Professor of Aerospace Studies, and Lieutenant Colonel William Hanson, Army Professor of Military Leadership. The Clemson Army and Air Force Corps of Cadets formation to your immediate front are on the final line. In a few moments, the units will conduct the ceremonial pass and review. The presence of the national and unit colors at the center of the formation illustrates their unifying influence in the heat of battle. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel James Weiss, Battalion Commander of the Army ROTC Cadet Corps, is the commander of troops for today's ceremony. I am Cadet Colonel Robert Slater, Wing Commander of the Air Force ROTC Cadet Corps and narrator for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, now taking their places on Military Heritage Plaza are President James Barker, Colonel Ed DiUlio, Lieutenant Colonel William Hanson, and the Senior Platoon guest speaker, Leonard Butler. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. President Barker, Colonel Giulio, Lieutenant Colonel Hanson, Mr. Leonard Butler, and the commander of troops will now inspect the command. Historically, prior to soldiers marching off to war, the commanding officer would inspect his soldiers to ensure they were prepared for battle. He would check their uniforms, weapons, and equipment, as well as their strength of spirit as fighting men. This soon developed into a ceremonial tradition. for today's ceremony is a member of the class of 1953, a member of the Senior Platoon, serving as commander his second semester of senior year. Was a distinguished military student and the 3rd Battalion commander. His 35-year career with Burlington Industries was interrupted by active duty during 1954 and 1955. He served as president of the Alumni Association from 1983 to 1985. He received a Distinguished Service Award in 1988. He is the founder and chairman emeritus of the committee to perpetuate the memory of Clemson Senior Platoon. He currently lives in Burlington, North Carolina with his wife, Ann. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Leonard Butler.
Ladies and gentlemen, young men and young women of Clemson's ROTC military units, today is a special occasion in the history of Clemson's Senior Platoon. Today is a special occasion in the history of Clemson's military heritage. And on behalf of the committee to perpetuate the memory of the Clemson Senior Platoon, I want to welcome all of you to this transition ceremony. The Senior Platoon was a rather unique organization at Clemson. Thanks to the efforts of Gator Farr, a member of the class of 1930, who for years returned to the Clemson campus to preach the Gamecocks' funeral prior to the Big Thursday football game, and other interested cadets. The platoon was formally organized in 1930 and lasted until 1960. In its early history, the platoon competed with other college drill teams in addition to performing at football games, parades, and festivals from Boston to Dallas. During World War II, when enrollment at Clemson by seniors was rather sparse, the Senior Platoon was combined with the Tiger Platoon, which offered membership to all upperclassmen. With the ending of World War II, the Senior Platoon returned to the Clemson campus and lasted until 1960. With the phase out of the compelled military program in the late 50s, not enough interest could be generated to sustain membership, and the platoon was disbanded. That was 42 years ago. A few words about the uniqueness of the platoon. First, it was a volunteer organization with only one military officer as advisor. During the early spring of our junior year, tryouts were offered to all aspirants for membership in the Senior Platoon. Usually there were well over 100 candidates. We were arranged according to height, placed in a particular position, either a 1, 2, 3, 4 front or a 1, 2, 3, 4 rear in each squad, and taught some of the basic drill routine. Those who happened to be placed in the 1 and 4 rear positions had to master that very complicated box step. After several weeks of basic training came the final competition right here on Bowman Field. All of the old members were here with their pens and their clipboards, and they followed every movement we made. If you made a mistake, you knew you would not be accepted. After the drill trials, each candidate was given a private interview before the entire platoon. And if your attitude was not positive, you were not invited to join. 50 new members were accepted, and then 2 weeks of rather harsh initiation began. And if we made it that far, we were then official members of the Clemson Senior Platoon. I don't ever recall during my 4 years at Clemson of any senior platoon having embarrassed this institution. It brought honor wherever it performed. It was a highly disciplined organization. We achieved our drill perfection by getting up for 600 practice sessions prior to the breakfast formation. We had an afternoon practice session prior to retreat and dinner formation. We drilled and we drilled and we drilled with no one standing over us, compelling us to perform. You did not miss a scheduled practice because we had our own methods for carrying out punishment for those who did. But when we assembled in full dress uniform on the parade ground, the football field, Yankee Stadium, the Polo Grounds, the Cotton Bowl, Fenway Park, the Gator Bowl, the Orange Bowl, or Canal Street in New Orleans, and the drill master gave the command, fall in, right dress, front, the eyes of all the viewers focused on the platoon because they knew they were in for a treat. Now, why are we here today when the platoon has been gone for 42 years? Because the Clemson Senior Platoon was a very important part of Clemson's military history. And there are over 100 former members who have volunteered to perpetuate the platoon's memory. We have published our written history. We have produced our video history. We have designed a senior platoon sweater and jacket, golf shirt and cap, contributed over $32,000 to this military heritage plaza, and have established the Gator for Endowment, in addition to 11 receptions. And thanks to the efforts of the volunteers in 96, 97, 98, 2000, and today, we have been able to allow Clemson fans to once again get some idea of what it was like to view the precision drill of the Clemson Senior Platoon of yesteryear. And today is the jewel in the crown. The efforts we began in 1996 with the Alumni Senior Platoon has begun to bear fruit. We are passing the torch to the new generation of Clemson cadets with our best wishes and our wholehearted support. It will now be your responsibility to demonstrate to all the viewers that you too have the desire and the ability to carry on this tradition.
Now we begin the passing review. Fighting Tiger Battalion Alpha Company Commander, Cadet Captain Lindsey Tao. Army ROTC Fighting Tiger Battalion Bravo Company Commander, Cadet Captain Paul Daigle. Color Guard commanded by Cadet First Sergeant Melissa Mateo. Air Force ROTC Flying Tiger Squadron 1 Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Halligan. Air Force ROTC Flying Tiger Squadron 2 Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jay Elliott. Tiger Platoon Commander, Cadet Captain Brock Lust. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the Army and Air Force songs.